Hi, my name's Daniel, and in this video I'll be showing you how to work with libraries in Zend Server. Libraries are basically collections of PHP classes or functions that provide the infrastructure for your apps. These libraries can be anything from a family of files or functions to fully structured feature-rich frameworks, like Zend Framework for example. Zend Server now makes it much easier to manage the PHP libraries in your production environment. You can deploy new package libraries in addition to the Zend Server built-in libraries, and make sure Zend Server automatically notifies you of available updates when a new version becomes available, without actually needing to change much in your code, thus guaranteeing your application's stability. If you have applications using different versions of the same library, no problem. Zend Server supports parallel library installations and the ability to set a default library version. So let's get started. For this tutorial, I've prepared two Zend Framework 2 skeleton applications which I've deployed on Zend Server. Though dependent on the Zend Framework 2 library, as we can see in the Prerequisites tab, these applications are much smaller than what they once had to be, since the libraries are now installed on Zend Server and no longer need to be part of the application package itself. Tying the app to the library is the include path. Let's take a closer look. The first application specifies the exact Zend Framework 2 version that the application is using. The second application, not specifying any version other than Zend Framework 2, is a bit more ambiguous and is set to use Zend Framework 2 in general. Since the app is lacking a detailed API call for a specific library version, it will be using the library version defined as the default version in Zend Server. The default version can either be a version you've manually defined as the default version, or, if not defined, the library with the highest version number. The result field below is displaying the actual library include path used by the application. Okay, so I'm now going to the libraries page. Which lists all the installed PHP libraries. Zend Server comes bundled with three built-in libraries: Zend Framework 1, Zend Framework 2, and Zend Server Gateway. I'm now going to check for updates for these libraries by clicking the Check for Updates button on the right. In the Messages column, Zend Server is notifying me that an update for Zend Framework 2 is available for download. Zend Server also automatically checks for updates once a day upon accessing the UI. If there's an available update, the Notification Center will let you know. So we're going to click Update in the Messages column, and the Deploy Library wizard opens, and Zend Server immediately starts downloading the library update. Clicking Next, we're going to read and accept the license agreement. And in the next dialog, we're going to view the short deployment summary, and we're going to choose to set the library version as the default version. This means that any applications that do not include a specific API call to a specific Zend Framework 2 library version will consume this library. So we're going to click Deploy, and our new library version is deployed. So, we've now got two versions of Zend Framework 2 installed, and we've set version 2.2.4 as the default version. The expanded view is showing us all the general details we need to know about the library, including the API call to be inserted in our code pointing to the library include path. To use this library, insert this code in your application's entry point file that includes the library. Now let's take a look at our applications again. Our somewhat rigid app was set to use a specific Zend Framework 2 library version, and is therefore using the same version. Nothing new here. But in our flexible application, we defined a general library version, but didn't define a specific library version, which means the app uses the default version of Zend Framework 2. We can see that the include path has changed accordingly to include the library version we just deployed and set as default. Of course, if you prefer, and only if you have the ZPK file available, you could manually deploy the library by clicking the Deploy Library in the action bar and uploading the ZPK. Using the action buttons on the right side of the libraries list, libraries can be set as default, redeployed, or removed. That's it for now. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video. If you have any ideas for improving Zend Server that you'd like to share with us, please don't hesitate to contact Zend. For more detailed information on additional features in Zend Server 6, please refer to the online documentation at www.zend.com.